better here. New music alternative, Jam 88.3.
Our regulatory name is DWJM.
Frequency 88.3.
But you can call us Jam 88.3.
60 minutes of pop fiction. Venture into a world of fantasy, animation, gaming, mythical language, graphic novels, robotics, and sci-fi. Tune in to 60 minutes of pop fiction with Marty Tengco. Wednesdays at midnight on your new music alternative. Jam 88.3. Your new music authority in the city. Jam 88.3.
Mononoke. Okay, let me scrap that one more time. Sorry. Mononoke Hime, which is a metal cover by Living Corpse for Princess Mononoke. 1997. Welcome to 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 80.3, your new music alternative. Guys, if you felt pumped up, I am excited too, because this is the time. So from a lot of all the things we've been talking about, let's go back to anime, where every Filipino is so crazy about, especially this particular studio Ghibli. So, like what I said yesterday, because Filipinas at Kooky show, let me know what film gave you the strongest emotion and let us know on the Facebook comments. We're live right now. Look for us 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 8.3, and of course our text line and our WhatsApp number +63915 3490883. Let me know what film of Studio Ghibli it evoked strongest emotion from you. Were you super happy, super sad? Did it make you think or whatnot? Let us know. And of course, someone actually messaged from the comment section in Facebook already. Noran the Lost Saint Losant, maybe.
Parang Losante, no?
Oo nga eh. Losant. Well, I hope you heard me. It's by Living Corpse. I don't know if it's a good band name, but that's their band name, Living Corpse, and it's their metal cover for Princess Mononoke. All right, guys. Please keep the comments and everything, all your thoughts about Studio Ghibli coming. And of course, I won't be alone here tonight. I have, if his face is familiar, his face is definitely familiar. He's been with Kooky Show, or he was at Kooky Show because Filipinas last year. He was with some folks. Some guys, but today he's alone and he'll geek out tonight. Welcome to the show, Joel Toledo.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Marty.
Alright, and I'm super psyched because, you know what, guys, when you look at Joel's Facebook page, you don't see Studio Ghibli there at all. That's why I'm very surprised. That
What
he's
you see are D&D posts.
D&D posts,
and,
yeah, which I've already done.
basketball.
D&D basketball and shoes, guys. I'm not kidding. So, this will be different, a shift from his social media posts.
Exactly.
And we're gonna be talking about Studio Ghibli. And I want to pick his brains and help me pick his brains as well. Alright, first question, Joe.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, parang
Go
ready
ahead.
Cars, okay, what is the first Studio Ghibli film you've seen? The very first.
Very first will be My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh, the sweetest. Okay. What was your reaction? Did you prior to that, did someone invite you to
No.
watch? You just search it?
For some reason, I don't know how I even managed to find the copy and why I watched it. All I remember was that when I watched it, I was so hooked by the story.
Okay.
At the same time, I could relate to how all these, because I'm from the province, so I can imagine how those
Oh, yes.
visiting the province and the kind of houses would
Yes.
look like. And again, I guess a part of me who has seen it in my mid-20s, I guess, was so enamored by the girls, the
Yes,
sisters.
yes, the sisters.
And I was so moved when I watched it that
Do you have siblings, Joel?
I have a younger sister.
Oh, that's
So, in
why.
a sense, maybe. I was thinking that I was the older sister.
Yes, in a
trying
way.
to take care of the younger sister.
So you have that sense of like you have to watch over your younger sibling.
Right. So a part of it was that. And of course, at the same time, the big... Are we really gonna indulge the Totoro now? Because I can talk about it in
All day.
yeah, all
right.
day, all night, and
No,
all
but-
the nights.
And many more nights. I get that. But did you also feel the part where they were also struggling as siblings? Because of course
Right. That's the biggest...
they had their fights.
One of the... I was talking to Kooky earlier about it, and I said one of the main strengths of this particular anime is that it balances the fantastic with the very real.
Right.
You
yes.
don't get out of... Well, what you take away from having seen My Neighbor Totoro is both an appreciation for the cuteness maybe of
Yes.
monsters, at the same time a very real concept of the world, sibling rivalry, adoration of the mother,
Yes.
the missing parent in the narrative of the story. And when you get to the end,
Right.
you don't know if you just watch an actual fantasy series or a movie or a very real take on the world and how children are in their innocence. That's I think one of the great takeaway I have from the film. You on the one hand you feel it's a story of innocence, on the other it's a story of the super real.
Right. Did you have any expectations? Like when you saw
No.
it, did you pick it up or did you say, anime, this is like my youth? Did you feel like, is this worth my money?
Because when I watched it, it's given to me in a DVD format.
Right, okay.
And so walang ganun. There's none of that.
Okay.
There's no pressure for me to think that it was something that I should be watching. Again, I don't even recall why I watched it. So
Okay.
that's a good deal, and that's a good thing because I don't have the hype behind
Right.
the movie to influence me. So I really just enjoyed having seen it.
What were your reflections after the film? After you watched it, did you say you want to watch more of the films? Did you suddenly become conscious about real life issues maybe or
The answer there is I wanted to get the toy, the Totoro toy.
yeah, that's
There's no
true.
real issues. Of course, within the confines of the story, yes, I wanted that kind of thing because it seems so real.
Right.
Even the way the filming is done, the way the plants look, the way the butete looks on the pond,
Yes.
sobrang panalo. But Siyempre, my first takeaway was really, I want that Totoro toy. I want
Yeah,
to
me
have
too.
that. Even if it were just a keychain or something.
Yeah. I mean, they already have it. Are you the type of fan you collect the toys or
Yeah,
what?
not really able to. That's the thing. Every time a friend of mine would go to Japan, I would ask, for example, this friend of mine who joined the chat room,
Okay.
Joko. Shout out kay Joko Maymay, nakasama ko sa The Tambayaw Show.
Hello,
who's
thank you
listening
so
it
much
now
for tuning
and
in,
watching
guys.
us. I asked him to buy me a Raftalia t-shirt or a
Right.
pillow from a new anime I'm watching. And he couldn't get it because apparently in the afternoons they have siesta time in Japan. So boo. Anyway, Dambayaw Show. Joko. Shoutout na rin kay N. Villasis and
Hello,
all
guys.
my usual suspects who watch who play D&D with on Sundays.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You actually brought people in the studio.
Yes, I wanna say shout out as well to Jay-Z, CJ, and say, magsalita naman kayo.
Say hi.
Say hi
Hi,
lang.
guys.
Hey, what's up, people?
You know, DJ,
You know?
you know?
Nag-modulate.
Hoy, Mr. Architect Jose, magsalita ka naman.
Hi, hello, everyone.
Ang seryoso naman, guys.
Naka-dextrose no? So seryoso, naka-dextrose.
This is Studio Ghibli, guys. This is not...
Yata! Konti namang yata.
That's true. A bit of hump because you just are talking about the most amazing studio that has created a lot of inspiring films.
Right. There's somebody who commented here actually who said that Studio Ghibli has been making films. And really, I played this, Marty, the second one, the Ni no Kuni series 2. These are
Really?
games for consoles.
Right. Is
And-
that what's this? Wii? Is it for Wii? No.
I don't know if it's available on Wii, but I played it on my PS4.
PS4,
Pero
right.
yung Ni no Kuni 2, so si Christopher, tama, gumagawa rin ng
Christopher
Ghibli
Banyares.
ng ganyan and very much inspired. Even the way the story flows
Right.
of this particular game is so influenced by the Ghibli style.
Right.
And we can talk about the style later because I have some stuff to say about that.
I'm sure you do. Okay. All right.
Anyway, Totoro po, yung paborito kong first na napanood na anime.
Okay.
Ng Studio Ghibli.
After Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, what was did you decide that from now on you're gonna watch the studio and watch all the films?
Definitely. In fact, and I don't know if this is something I should be saying online or on air. I actually went to Green Hills in the early 2000s to look for a pirated copy of the box set.
Yes.
And I actually managed to find it. So
No.
I
How
did.
much did you get it for at the time?
500, I think.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
500.
500 pesos for a set?
Ang dami nun. It
Wow.
maybe, I don't know, meron pang mga soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
some guys.
wow.
sold
That's
to
a
me for
complete
500.
set, and
Yep.
it's good quality.
Good quality. So, although some don't have the proper, so when you play it
Subs.
on VLC, they don't have the proper sub. So it's just Japanese. You just watch it, but you don't understand what's being said.
It's still fun.
Anyway, I had that box DVD of the set. So I guess the moment I watched
Yes.
Totoro, I was already hooked. So I actually went out of my way to look for a copy of other Ghibli or Ghibli, as the Japanese would say.
Why? You were saying actually
Yes.
mentioning this to me off air. Why is it Ghibli but it has an H? So Americans call it Ghibli, but you say the Japanese say Ghibli.
Ghibli, Studio Ghibli is influenced by the Italian Ghibli.
Oh.
And apparently the word Ghibli refers to the hot desert wind that moves through the Sahara Desert.
Oh.
Because Miyazaki is a big fan of Italy.
Oh.
So he named the studio after that. But if
But-
you're in Japan,
Yeah.
apparently, and this is something also verified, the official pronunciation of the studio is Studio Ghibli. Because that's
Ghibli.
how the Japanese would say it, because it's pronounced Ghibli.
Ghibli.
Studio
Oh, because
Ghibli.
oh,
So
okay.
they probably don't want to say it like Ghibli. But to be fair, the Japanese would say it Studio Ghibli or Ghibli. But I guess the rest of the world would say Ghibli.
Ghibli,
because
right.
in connection to out of respect for the Italian word Ghibli.
Oh, so it's up to you guys
The
if you want to
wind.
say Studio Ghibli, Studio Ghibli, or Studio Ghibli. I think everybody just knows what we're talking about.
Right.
It's this studio animation, or rather, this animation studio that creates
Mm-hmm.
these amazing cartoons. After My Neighbor Totoro, what was the next film that you watched?
Something very, very sad and depressing.
Oh,
I think
no!
you already know what it is.
What?
Grave.
Oh my goodness, Grave of the
The Grave of the
Fireflies.
Fireflies.
Oh my goodness.
It was awesome, but at the same time painful to watch. And I think most people who love Ghibli films would agree 100% that if it were your first time to see that
That was
film,
my first film. Grave
That
of
was
the
your first film?
Fireflies. Yes, and I was
ikaw
at
naman tanungin ko, so how did you...
that was the thing. When we did, when I was told to watch it, I was part of a film club in high school in Saints Manila, and they just said, "Let's just watch a film," because that's after you watch a film, you do analysis and you study how the panning and all that, how the direction
How
was
can
done.
you look at it from that technical perspective in the film? I'm assuming you were
I didn't
affected.
know because since we were high school, we're not
Right.
really expected to go technical. But the thing was, it's too heavy for a first film.
True.
But it's a lot of insight. You cannot say that it's a bad film.
Definitely not.
And the insight there, it's still again about siblings, though.
They like that. For some reason, Miyazaki and the other directors in the studio like using that particular motif, at least in the way they create their characters. Of course, this is not true in more romantic
Right? No,
Ghibli films.
but this one,
Laputa, for example, Castle in the Sky will have that.
oh yeah, Laputa
kind
Castle
of-
this guy, yeah.
That kind of always a young male and a young female
Yeah,
character.
about siblings.
I mean,
And
yeah.
I also noticed how it's automatic for the oldest sibling to take care. Unlike
True. That's
a
true.
lot of other cultures. I'm not saying all, but there's some cultures like whatever. But in this with Studio Ghibli or Ghibli, they're very very clear that the eldest should take care of the
Yes.
younger sibling.
There's that sense of responsibility. I don't want to really play that up though, because I'm not so sure if that were intended, but really more of cultural thing.
Maybe.
As far as the way they create their characters and how particular, I don't really know, cultural approaches
Right.
impact that kind of mindset when making those characters. But yes, to be fair, these are very empowered older brothers and
Right.
sisters who like to take care of the younger sisters and brothers at the same time.
Did you feel like the war was so real after watching?
It was both so real and surreal for me because
That's true.
you cannot really help it,
Yeah.
especially because you come into the film.
Right.
You probably will be, especially our listeners or viewers today, they probably would be watching Grave of the Fireflies already with a heady mindset that this will be a film influenced by particular events.
Right.
So they can't help but not think that.
Yeah.
But if, for example, you didn't have that kind of benefit of the background of the story when you watched Grave of the Fireflies,
No, I didn't even know what you were watching
My
at the
God.
time. So, but the thing is, it's at the time that you'll put it on pause, like, I don't want anymore. Hindi naman eh. You'd still want to push,
I agree.
push through and finish the film.
Maybe at some points though, when the younger sister was itchy and all that little insects and the bites,
no. Yeah.
that was horrible. But then again, you can't not be prepared for it because at the beginning they already showed those pictures of
Right.
horrible shots of dying people in the train station or something. So you cannot say that you're not prepared. That
Right.
this is the tone of this particular anime.
Oh, before I forget, because we've moved to the next film, what is the gist of My Neighbor Totoro? Just so.
Well, it's essentially a story of. Okay, this is where the real and the fantastic meet.
Right.
So at the beginning of the story, you just see two siblings, like both girls,
Yes.
on a particular bus driven by some guy helping them move to the countryside
Right.
with the dad.
Yes.
So immediately you'll notice, where is the mother?
Right.
But you won't really think that because she'll be now consumed by the fantastic elements. So
Yes.
you progress along with the female characters as they visit this new house. Well, it's not really a new house. Their new house, that's an old house.
But they're happy. They're kids.
and they're
It's
happy.
new. Yeah.
So it's just that. It's a simple story of two kids having moved to the countryside with the father. And then a bit later, the directors or the narrative plot arc of the story will introduce you to what happened to the mother. You don't really know what she's sick of, but you know she's in the hospital. And
Right.
probably they moved there because it's where the mother needed to be for
Right.
fresh air, maybe for
Yes.
better healing.
Yeah.
And the dad is, because you asked me, right? So I'm now
That's
telling
okay.
the entire plot
Guys,
of the
it's
story.
an old film. No spoilers here. That film is
Yep.
old.
No
super old.
spoilers here.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that
I like
that-
spoilers. That's the thing, Joel. All
You
of the
do?
listeners know in my show I love spoilers, but that's why I'm saying what you're saying is not new news because
Right,
it's
right.
an old film.
That's true.
Okay.
You should have seen it. That's the point by
Yes.
now.
Right.
In any case, so the mother is apparently sick,
Yes.
and these two kids are adjusting to the new life in the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
The older sister has to go to school. The younger sister has to stay at home.
Yes.
But then the younger sister encounters this spirit of the forest.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, the spirit of the forest is this huge creature called Totoro. Totoro. Totoro.
It's
Can't
so
help but
cute.
sing it.
Yeah,
Damn it.
but his voice is so deep. Like the way, oh, yeah.
In any case, initially only May, the younger sister, could see Totoro. But at some point, because she started being very hyped about Totoro and wanted
Yeah.
to join the sister when she goes to school and just keeps drawing Totoro pictures there. So everybody was laughing at her. In any case, at some point, the older sister, I forget the older sister's name. Whoever remembers, can you
Yeah.
type it down?
I forgot
Kasi
to.
May
Okay.
yung bata eh. Forget
Yeah.
the ate.
Right. And then,
Hello, Ali. Nag-comment si Ali. Ali ng Linya Linya Show. Yung rapper ng Linya Linya Show.
hi, thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, I'm actually trying to look for
What's the name
some
of the
Studio
sister?
Ghibli and My Neighbor Totoro. Okay, this is really quick Google
I
for
still
you
remember
guys.
yung sinusuklayin ng nanay yung buhok niya eh.
The sister, the older sister.
Mm-mm.
So, hang on, Satsuki and Mei.
Satsuke. Yun.
Satsuki is the
and
older
Mei.
sister.
Yeah. Anyway, at some point, Mei will get lost and Satsuke will have no choice but to try to also meet this forest creature.
Right.
And that's when the fantastic and the real started to get blurred because
Yes.
the sickness of the mother started to become a bit more real
Right.
and heavy toward the middle or latter part of the film.
Yes.
At the same time, the fantastic element is becoming real to the children.
Yes.
And the oblivious dad is feeling this parang wind passing by when they were playing with Totoro. So, ang galing-galing lang. I just have to say that it's a film that you have to see because it balances the real and the fantastic in a way that you don't know what you really took from it.
Do you think My Neighbor Totoro also discuss about environmental issues?
Oh, definitely. But there will be more Ghibli films that would really go all out in the
Right.
environmental aspect. In fact, a lot of critics of Studio Ghibli would say that that's part of the little conceit that the studio has. It always wants to venerate or rejoice the countryside. I'm not really against it, but a big part of what other people would say is the little bias. Bias na lang, not conceit of Ghibli would be that it would want to have to create stories about the old Japan,
Right, yeah.
the rustic living.
Yeah, that's
instead
true.
of just instead of, let's say, Makoto Shinkai and ano ba paano ba how do you pronounce it really?
Go for it.
Makoto ng Your Name. Who
Okay.
would write love stories about the city?
Right.
Yun naman, yan. Parang
Is it
yung
different?
nagbabalance
Yeah.
sa dalawa.
I guess maybe Studio Ghibli, or at least the creators, are similar to Tolkien, where he
True.
preferred like the
The
old,
old
the
ways.
country, the not so technical, mechanical, no factories. He just
Right.
wants, yeah.
And you will see that if, let's say, if we are to name certain movies by Ghibli that really show this very environmental slant or very rustic, you need only watch Whisper of the Heart,
Right.
or of course Ponyo,
Mm-hmm.
even I guess Spirited Away is commenting on that.
Yes.
Well, of course the others have other played up themes, but at least even on the very surface level, you'll know that a Ghibli film wants to bring you to old Japan or to
Right.
the old ways.
Right. Okay, I'll ask Joel, and you guys can ask Joel a lot of questions later. We'll still be here. We're definitely gonna
Sorry,
tackle as
dadako
best
yata.
No, we're gonna tackle as best as we can. So, guys, we're on Facebook Live. Just look for us. 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction. And of course, our text line, 63915-349-0883. We will be back. We'll just be playing some music. You're still here with me, Marty, on 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 8.3, your new music alternative.
The city's new music authority, Jam 88.3.
And that was Placing You, which is a metal cover by Animetal. The original name of the song... The original title of the song is Kimi wo Nosete for Laputa Castle in the Sky, 1986. And prior to that, I played Itsumo Nando Demo, a metal cover of a Bloodstained Child for the movie Spirited Away. Welcome back to 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 8.3, your new music alternative. You're still here with me, Marty, and...
Joel.
And we're still talking about the films by Studio Ghibli,
Gibberish. Studio Gibberish. Pwede na yun, hindi natin pronounce.
Hindi naman tayo Japanese. Yeah, but no, we're all over the world. Again, guys, we're on Facebook Live. So we're just kidding, you guys. We're not insulting anybody there. We're on Facebook Live. Just look for us, 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 8.3. On our text line, 63915-3490883. And, guys, I forgot, if you guys are outside, just be careful because it's raining, cats and dogs. I myself is super, like, I was drenched by the rain. I hope you guys are safe and dry. It's a cuddly warm weather, but stay awake. We have a lot to talk about. Just keep yourselves warm and safe and listen to us here talk about Studio Ghibli films. Actually, I'll read this SMS first from
Sige.
ending in 2404. Thoughts on Grave of the Fireflies.
We were starting to discuss it earlier, but
yeah,
it's a heavy film, but it's not too oppressive to a point that you cannot watch it until the end because it has a great redeeming last scene. I think everybody who's seen this will appreciate that very, very bittersweet ending.
Yeah.
Of course, I really feel bad because it was very symptomatic of how things were really at that time. Nonetheless, great ending. Yun na lang. Great ending. Parang may redemption sila.
I think what I agree with Joel, and at the same time, I could say that it makes the war not a statistic.
True.
Because when we say war, it's just like number 3,000, 500,000. It's just a number for you guys. But Grave of the Fireflies makes it personal because it focuses on a family.
Mm-hmm.
Siblings and then their relatives because they've lost both their parents. So it makes it more personal, more real, more painful and gut-wrenching how these young children, so neither one of them is even 15. They're very, very young. I think 9 and 3, I think, were their ages.
I think 3 young girl.
Yeah, and then 9 or 10 for the boy. Basically doesn't know much himself and they're not exactly poor. They're from an upper middle class
because of
status.
the circumstances.
The war, and it makes it more real, and it makes us realize how human beings can be, I guess, evil, I suppose, and at the same time how human beings can be frail and vulnerable to a lot of things.
And syempre, it has very big sentiments and how do you say it? Commentaries on of course the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and definitely that's the point of this particular anime. So you cannot really think of it as your typical anime.
Yes.
Or well, then again, Studio Ghibli at that time was just starting out.
Yes,
so
that was 1980 something.
85 or 86, I think, because it started in 85, I think, or 84.
Yeah.
But it was the second film made after My Neighbor Totoro. If you can even, I think, verify that online.
I do know that they started in 85.
Right.
Just after
And
Miyazaki had the successful film. I forgot the successful
Nausicaa.
film. Yeah, there.
Nausicaa yung dahilan, kaya nagtayo ng Studio Ghibli.
Right.
But they made the Studio Ghibli really to film Laputa, the Castle in the Sky.
Yeah, that's their first ever film. The Grave of the Fireflies was second.
So that early in the ball game, Studio Ghibli already came out with a very dark anime, and apparently it really catered to a bigger spectrum then of viewers, because not just fantasy. Apparently, they also will have very romantic stories that are very realist.
That's true. And from then on, they just move forward and
And
all right.
conquered.
Yes.
Basahin natin yung ibang comment online.
Please do the honors.
Well, si Joe kanina, gising pa ako. Kung gising ka pa rin, hello.
Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Kasama po namin sa Tambayaw Show. Alan Dale.
It's a Facebook show, guys. So look for it, the Tambayaw Show.
Si Alan Dale Basa said, who knew Studio Ghibli had it in them to make something as bloody as Princess Mononoke? Galing, no? Even though you think ang grave, it's a grave movie, Princess Mononoke is very bloody.
Yeah, it was.
But it has a very clear message about environmentalism and that. But it is still a bloody film.
And it's about like restoring the powers of like fair and
Game of Thrones lang.
Grabe. Let's not go there.
Pero direwolf siya dun eh. Parang direwolf yun.
I think, Princess Mononoke.
Sorry.
Is actually, I think it would make you think about, okay, maybe we should protect, environment, the people. We should be fair. We should not abuse.
Right.
But it's bloodier than Grave of the Fireflies, most definitely. Okay.
Somebody...
Nico Santiago, hi. Thank you so much for tuning in. He was my co-host for Dungeons and Dragons. Yes. And... wait.
Ikaw naman magbasa ng iba.
Grabe naman. Okay. Panch Alvarez. Bakit di ka nagmask? Bakit di nagmask si Bayaw? What mask?
Kasi dati, nung unang episodes ng The Tambayaw Show, meron akong yung hype beast na mask na suot. Huwag na yan, never mind. Wala connection yun sa show eh.
Okay.
Anyway, Anthony said, wala yung comment ko. Well, naandun na, nakita na namin. Neil commented, Studio Ghibli reality. Yes. Because that's the anime that really champions the things that they won't normally find in your winter or spring season anime that you can watch now.
Yeah.
Keith
Ador.
Yeah, ikaw naman.
Nausicaa playing on Channel 4 on Channel 4.
Channel 4.
Grabe, Keith, lumalabas ang age natin. Nausicaa playing on Channel 4 on New Year's Eve back in the 90s left its mark. It was bizarre and beautiful at the same time. Nausicaa and Mononoke are the greatest films Ghibli ever made, in my honest opinion.
I can agree with that.
You can agree with that.
Of course, biased din kasi lahat naman ng fans ng Ghibli may paborito.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing, Joel.
No, it's not.
But you have your favorites. Keith has his favorites. All our listeners have their own respective favorites. Cookie's mom, Tita Carmen, hello. Thank you so much po for tuning in. And alisin ka lang. Hi. Lester Abwell. Hi, Lester. You are about to sleep. I think he's asleep. But thank you so much for tuning in.
Bayaw.
Oh, Alan Dale Basa. Did you read this? Don't forget the cat part.
No, not yet. Yan. Pero pag-usapan natin while the song was playing. Yes, of course.
Yes.
Who can forget that? You
Cat
cannot
boss.
not appreciate Totoro without appreciating the cat boss.
That is
Ang
weird.
tanong lang doon, is it weird for you to have a cat boss? Or is it... It's not cute. Definitely not cute,
No,
right?
it looked like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, it looks like the Cheshire Cat.
Yes.
But it is. But some, I don't agree with people who say, "Oh, it's a cute thing." Totoro was cute. The cat bus was weird, but it was part of the whole appeal of Totoro. So.
I guess it automatically made me think of Alice in Wonderland. For me, just like, even the way he smiled and faded in the background. Yes.
Mga rats pa dun sa.
Yes.
Mice dun sa busina niya. Mice
And if you're late, he's gonna be helpful. If you have a cat bus, if
That
he's
man.
real and
Huwag
you're
mo lang
late.
sa labas.
Oo.
Hindi mabasa mga sapatos. Ganun.
Shut up. If you're late, the cat bus is a saving grace. If it
Yes.
exists.
Sana nga may cat bus, ano?
It's gonna be running on force.
Wala siyang paki.
Yeah.
Rolling hills.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, cat. Bus nga eh. Alright, JB Ramos Belda, Spirited Away, weird. The one that can occur in a dream as well as the other Miyazaki Ghibli works. Beautiful weirdness that makes it a unique animation film with a depth in it. Yeah, you could say it's a bit weird. It has this
Weird.
odd weirdness.
Halos lahat no?
Yeah.
Pag yung mga fantastic films ni Miyazaki, yung iba namang mga romantic love story, alam mong romance story siya Pero yung, lagi may something weird happening or ominous. I don't really know how to point it. But that's part of the appeal.
Yeah. And people are waiting for that.
Mhm.
That they are thinking, what is the
May
lesson
no
or what's
face.
the something here?
Oo, merong...
Yeah, no face in... Yeah.
Iniisip ko sa iba
With Spirited Away, there's this part where I thought No Face mouth is up here in his
diba?
upper face, and it was by the lower torso with huge teeth.
For example, a name like Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle.
That
diba?
is weird too.
Ang weird no? But then, that's part of the appeal of it.
And why Calcifer? Like, automatically, I thought it was Lucifer.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely, that's where it was taken from. So, may mga ganun laging mga... Of course, I don't know how it's stated or said in the original Japanese. But of course, they allowed that kind of translation.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
May mga ganun. So, that's right. Tama si si JB.
Okay, Lester, who was awake prior, said, kala ko ngayon na matutuloy yung new wave na tugtugan dahil andyan si Bayaw, Joel Toledo. Anyway, maaga pa. Bukas we'll watch this episode
Hindi
tomorrow.
na kasi pop fiction yung new wave. Dated na yun, Bayaw. Yung mga indie music na daw ngayon.
Yeah, you're in this Jam 8.3, Lester. We play, and it's my show, so we play things related to the episode.
Yes.
Don't forget that. Napoleon Gancayco, good morning, DJ Marty. Haha, medyo late tuning ha, since Ghibli movies pinag-usapan. My favorite Ghibli movie is Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. The very first one, I guess.
Technically, it isn't.
It's not
Laputa, Castle in the Sky. The studio was created to make that film.
Yeah.
And it is because of the success of Nausicaa that the studio was founded. Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Because, so it's not, I think what's the name of the studio? I think it's Topcraft. I'm not sure if that's the name of the studio that created Nausicaa.
Yes, yun.
Yeah.
Pero, yung before Ghibli became independent, meron siyang pangalan, teka sinulat ko yun just in case.
So guys, this is one thing about geeks that I love. So before we had index cards, we have bond paper, and now Joel has a notebook. So we're upgrading.
Tokuma Shoten, yan yung part nung nag-ano niyan ng Ghibli. Nagpo-produce nun for them. Kumbaga, the funding comes from the Tokyo, mga ganyan.
But it's definitely by Topcraft and distributed by Toei Company.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was the launch of when Miyazaki decided, like him and 3 other guys, which I keep forgetting how to pronounce their names. Let me give it a try. Hayao Miyazaki, Toshio Suzuki, Isao Takahata, and Yosuyoshi Tokuma. Mm-hmm. They're the 4 founders of Ghibli.
Yep. And you will see the directors are different. A lot of people think it's just Hayao Miyazaki on all fronts. No. Meron din ibang... Kuwari, my favorite Ghibli film, Totoro, is a Miyazaki film.
That is a Miyazaki film.
But my second favorite one isn't. But we can talk about that later.
Yeah, okay. All right. Napoleon, also Spirited Away being the most popular one. I think for kids, like a lot of parents actually introduce
I agree.
Spirited Away as like they don't introduce, I don't know, it depends on the parent. Some parents introduce Grave of the Fireflies, some Spirited Away, it depends what the parent's favorite is in the first place.
And because it won so many awards, and because it won the Oscars, naturally those who don't really know Ghibli would recommend that to the children. So this is the first thing they
Right.
get to watch. But then, guys, if you are going to be indulging in Ghibli, I personally, I think there are a lot of better films than Spirited Away
Yes.
in their particular
Yes.
ano tawag dyan?
Like,
Animegraphy.
yes.
Animegraphy.
Coined by Joel Toledo,
Invento
guys.
na naman eh. No?
Joel Toledo. You gotta give him some credit, guys.
Invento.
He writes, he's an author of so many books, so yeah, it works. But kidding aside, I think you should try the whole repertoire
Yun.
of Studio Ghibli, because there's so many other films directed by a lot of amazing directors, and it has that really Ghibli taste, the Ghibli flavor.
Sure.
Okay.
To sinabi ni N,
Okay.
I agree 100%. Cat Returns and Whisper of the Heart, in fact, they are on my... Teka na, let me check my top 10 because this keeps changing.
Whispers of the Heart and The Cat
Uh,
Returns are underrated gems.
Whisper would be my 4th. Cat
Ah.
Returns would be my 6th favorite.
And I
Ghibli
am
film.
guilty that I haven't watched those two.
Tama
Okay.
si N, agree.
Yeah. So you could basically, as I've said earlier, just watch all the films from Castle in the Sky to when Marnie was there, which is 2014. Check that out. And Napoleon Gankaiko said, have you seen Theory? Okay. Also Grave of the Fireflies, but I'm not sure it's Ghibli. It's definitely Ghibli.
Iba lang yung director.
Yeah, iba ang director. The director for Grave of the Fireflies is Isao Takahata, one of the
Isao
founders as well.
Takahata.
Yes. He says, have you seen theories that Spirited Away is a representation about old Japan where parents sell their child to brothels like just the movie Geisha? I didn't even know that.
Maybe.
Maybe, it's
But
possible.
Of course, there will always be theories. And
Yeah.
it could also be planned or on purpose, but we can't say for sure.
And the thing is,
Ganda daw.
since Japan has a lot of so many amazing stories, some good, some sadly not so good, that built Japan's culture in its as it is. So maybe a lot of the stories what
Sabi
do
nga
I
si
say?
John Oliver show, Japan, the world's perverted uncle. What's that, diba? I mean, there's
That's
so
the
many
thing.
things.
People have biases. Like when you say Filipino, it's maids. If it's Japan, it's I mean,
Never mind that.
no. What I'm saying is, it's sad that people have their biases. So that's the thing. So we assume that in Japan you talk about this, and this. So we don't know. I actually personally don't know what how they thought of Grave of the Fire. Of Spirited Away.
Let me just greet my boss in my work. Yes, ako yun, Abram. I'm here. Hello.
Hi,
Nasa
thank you
daan
so
daw
much.
siya. Ako ba daw yung nasa Jam 88 point?
Yep, that's him. Thank you so much for tuning in. But Napoleon, I'll definitely check on the particular theory. Thank you so much. Princess Mononoke. Yep, I think everybody likes. People who understand the Ghibli taste like Princess Mononoke. Some don't because they find it a bit too violent. Carlo Niquinto, how about the dark theory about Neighbor Totoro? Are you familiar with this, Joel?
I don't know.
What
But I
is
can
this?
imagine what can be seen as possibly dark in Totoro. But I don't want to think that.
Wow, Joel,
I don't
you're
wanna
so
think
innocent.
that. Ayoko
No,
na.
but I'm curious. What is this dark theory? How dark is this? Is it because it's the kid's imagination? I mean,
Yes.
that's
No,
I guess
it's the way I would assume. Sino uli nagsabi?
Carlo Niquinto.
Maybe what Carl is referring to is this. I don't know. I haven't verified it, so
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's what he meant. But
Okay.
the image of Totoro as some sexual creature, something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
I thought demon would probably suffice.
And because the story again is a mixture of the real
And the
fantastic
fantastic. And the fantasy and the surreal.
Maybe Carlo is referring to the way it ended. And,
Oh.
do the
But yeah,
kids really
please,
get
Carlo,
to-
please let us know what is this dark theory. Dewey Bacolcol, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, one of the best films for Studio Ghibli for me. Okay, so at least there's something new there so guys, those who are listening who don't know Ghibli, come on, get some tips and get some titles and watch them. Napoleon Kaiko, it's so sad that Miyazaki already retired. Well, he's really old.
But he actually unretired.
Yeah,
He's
did.
he's actually making a film. I forget the title. How Do You Live? I think. Please verify, guys. How Do You Live is a film that's set to come out by next year.
Yes,
Tama
yeah,
ba
to be
ako?
announced. TBA, how do you live? Yes, it's already.
That's why he unretired.
All right, Miyazaki is back, and where are we? All right, okay. I am totally lost now. Okay, Napoleon Gankaiko. Oh, sorry, I've read it already. Alan Dale Basa, that Totoro is a Shinigami? I think I've read it somewhere.
Kasi, ayun nga eh. Yun din, maybe yun yung theory.
Maybe.
I don't wanna indulge it. I don't wanna indulge it.
Dewey Bacolco. And also when Marnie was there is the saddest movie for me. Oh, okay. I understand.
Shout out kay Marnie, yung kaibigan kong nag-like nung comment kanina.
Oh, thank you so much for tuning
Kasi
in.
Marnie is a girl. Kasi there's a story na when Marnie was here. And,
Okay.
and medyo malungkot nga. It's very, very sad. But, merong mas sad pa for me. Personally.
Oh, what's the saddest film?
Well, obviously, Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah, for me.
Teka. I'm looking at my...
All right, you look at your notes. I'll read the comments here.
Sige.
Also, Arity? Is this? Am I saying?
Arrietty.
Arrietty. Ha, planning to name if I have a daughter. Arrietty. Ha. Wow. Okay.
Cute.
That's how huge Ghibli is influencing people. They name their children after Ghibli characters. Carlo Naquito. Yes, a Shinigami, and the kanji character on the top sign of the bus says graveyard.
Wow. Ang galing, ano?
Oh.
Aralin ko yun, mamaya. Pag-uwi. Or bukas, pagkigising.
All right. Alan Dale Basa. Oh, yeah. Certain champions in League of Legends are inspired by Studio Ghibli's creations.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know Mobile Legends. League of Legends, sorry. But I'm familiar with League of Legends and Mobile Legends. That's two different things, guys. But yeah, and I didn't know that they were inspired by Studio Ghibli. Napoleon Gankaiko. Almost all Ghibli movies have a dark theory behind.
That makes sense, maybe.
Yeah, I think everybody has a dark theory. Even Powerpuff Girls have a dark theory. And okay, from SMSs from ending in 2404. Oh, sorry, this is just what? What's this name? Is this Balut? No, I'm not saying it right. Just Batut the second. Di ko nasabi ko name, ha. Thanks, guys. Okay, I hope I said your name right. Okay. And please, that should not deter you from stopping to watch Grave of the Fireflies. It's a fantastic film.
Yes, watch it, guys. You have to.
Yes. All right. My next question for Joel. I'm back to my questions. Okay. Of all the themes Studio Ghibli addresses, which do you feel is the most important?
Yeah, actually, we began talking about it earlier. The important for me
For
as
you,
maybe
of
as a
course.
viewer, and I see the pattern
Right.
outside the dark theories.
No,
and
we're not gonna go there. I mean, but I'm curious, guys. So let us know what those dark theories are. Please PM. Sorry. Please make comment it in the Facebook comments or SMS them on our text line. Yep.
It's still that return to the old ways. I
Right.
think it's a dominant arc in most Ghibli films. There may be ones that punctuate environmental concerns,
Right.
like Mononoke or maybe Ponyo. There will be some that would venerate other places like Europe, House Moving Castle or Porco Rosso. But almost in each and every Ghibli film, they always champion going back to the old ways, going back to the province, and almost with that clear idea that the city is bad for you. For some
Right,
reason.
yes.
I don't know if I'm in the right mind thinking
Right.
that, but almost every time there
That's
is
the
always
vibe
a
that you get.
line.
Right.
There will be lines or particular sequences where they, wow, the air in the province or
It's
in
better.
the prefectures are so
Cleaner.
cool. I
Yes.
don't want to go back to the city. And that I guess is, there are people who would say that Miyazaki in particular actually consciously includes that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
As a way of rebelling against very urban
Do
perspectives.
you agree with Miyazaki that maybe
I'm biased.
do you prefer the countryside than the city?
I guess I do.
You do.
But that doesn't mean, for example, like Makoto Shinkai nga na Your Name or yung mga
Right.
romance Japanese
Right.
movies like 5 centimeters per second. Venerate niya yung city, but he manages to balance it with countryside setting.
Right.
However, itong si Miyazaki, I think talagang gusto niya yun.
Period.
Period.
No whatsoever. Countryside is the best.
Country Road, Take Me Home from Whisper of the Heart.
Right.
All the I'm looking at my list here of my top 10. Only Yesterday. There each and every movie that is not 100% fantastic will always have that romance and going back to the province or where you were born at.
Right.
And so that your characters don't want to stay urbanized.
Right, yeah. That's true.
I don't know.
Okay, good point. Okay. Of all the characters so I'm sure you've seen most of the films.
Most of them.
Right.
I'll be honest, guys. I haven't seen when Marnie was here.
Right.
I haven't seen
Marnie's
ano pa ba, hindi ko nababa. Yung I think I watched it in passing yung My Neighbor Yamada. So
Right,
Yamada.
yeah.
Yung medyo later na kasi wala po dun sa nabili ko sa Green Hills na box set pa eh. Kasi no mid-90s pa po.
So you haven't seen Tales from Earthsea?
I know this because I'm a big fan of Ursula Le Guin, and it is of course the adaptation done by the son Goro
Right.
Miyazaki
Yes.
of the Ursula Le Guin books.
Okay. But so the newer films.
The newer ones,
No,
hindi
not.
masyado. Of course, Ponyo every now and then.
Yeah.
Meron ka mada-download. Teka, ano pa ba yung nandyan?
Pwede ka ma-download. Okay, guys. Let me just
Let's
clarify
support
that.
No.
No, the thing is, since it's a bit difficult for us to get copies, so that's why
Yes,
a lot
please
of us
understand.
resort to downloading in torrents. But if you can find them in
Yes, let's
Netflix,
support them.
iFlix, or whatever paying legitimate platforms, please do so. If you can easily get amazing original DVD copies on the existing DVD stores. I think there's still some more. I mean, they're still breathing. They're still trying to survive, and they're still okay. So if you can find DVDs there of maybe Studio Ghibli, please get them. And I think it's worth your buck.
That's right.
Yep, definitely. And there's so many. So we have. Let me just do a run through of the films, just so you know what films there are. So 1986 is Castle in the Sky, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. 1988, Grave of the Fireflies and My Neighbor Totoro. Grave of the Fireflies was directed by Isao Takahata, and My Neighbor Totoro was Hayao Miyazaki. 1989 was Kiki's Delivery Service by Hayao Miyazaki. 1991 is Only Yesterday by Isao Takahata. 1992, Porco Rosso by Hayao Miyazaki. 1993, Ocean Waves but directed by Tomomi Mochizuki.
Mochizuki.
Yep. 1994, Pom Poko by Isao Takahata. 1995, Whisper of the Heart by Yoshifumi Kondo. And
Kondo.
Yep. 1997, Princess Mononoke by Hayao Miyazaki. 1999, My Neighbors the Yamadas by Isao Takahata. 2001, Spirited Away by Hayao Miyazaki. 2002, The Cat Returns by Hiroyuki Morita. And I hope to God I'm saying all these names right. I'm so sorry, guys, if I'm not saying right. 2004 is Howl's Moving Castle by Hayao Miyazaki. 2006, Tales from Earthsea by Goro, which Joel mentioned, Goro Miyazaki. 2008, Ponyo by Hayao Miyazaki. 2010, The Secret World of how do you say this? Arieti by Hiromasa Yonebayashi. 2011, From Up on Poppy Hill by Goro Miyazaki. 2013, The Wind Rises by Hayao Miyazaki. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya by Isao Takahata. And 2014, When Marnie Was There by Hiromasa Yonebayashi. And of course, as Joel mentioned earlier, How Do You Live is to be TBA.
Yes.
That's a lot of films that you can choose from. Everything is all amazing, so choose from there. Okay. Of all the characters, Joel, that you have seen and of all the films, which can you relate the most?
The older sister still from My Neighbor Totoro. What's her name again? Sakura?
No!
Satsuke. Satsuke, right?
I think so.
Satsuke, right?
No, I don't know. Yeah, Satsuki.
Yeah, Satsuki. Yeah.
Satsuki.
Iniisip ko sa yung nagbe-breakdown si... Basta merong Japanese na breakdancer kapangalan halos.
No.
Saisuke. Because again, maybe I can see myself in that kind of attitude toward my younger sister when I was young and trying to tell her to appreciate a house that's so old and
Yeah.
I don't know. Ang ganda lang eh. Ang ganda lang nung
Yes.
handling ng character niya. Especially, I guess, when she starts to really the issue with the mother sickness really
Yes.
presses down on her. Tinasabi ko na yung plot ng story.
Okay
But then
lang.
again, we started by talking about the plot anyway. So,
Yeah. It's still different, you know, guys. If you watch it, it's still different from just Joel mentioning the whole gist here.
but it's not
You
as
still wanna see
complicated
the
for
whole...
a fantastic series, syempre, kasi realist yung approach ng ate.
Yeah.
Now, if I have to choose from the others naman na fantastic talaga, gusto ko si Howl, sa Howl's Moving Castle.
Right.
Howl. Ganun daw pagbasa dun.
How?
Saka yung guy sa
Because they
Ocean
can't say L,
Waves,
right?
sobrang ganda. They can't.
Yeah.
How do, anong gano'n, nagiging, ano.
R.
Oo.
Like an R. Okay. So the other one, aside from Howl's Moving Castle.
I don't know the name of the character, but the guy in Ocean Waves,
Right.
the one that began as a TV series, gusto ko yung character doon. Ay, hindi pala yung guy, sorry, yung girl doon, very empowered woman.
Ocean Waves.
Mhm.
And I haven't... this one.
I promise, Marty, you have to see this.
I will.
Ocean
I'll
Waves.
definitely see this. Okay, is it... No. Is it Tako Morisaki? No. Yutaka Matsuno.
I forget, but the girl, everybody who knows the Studio Ghibli thing would know who the girl is. Basta yung empowered girl.
Okay, I haven't seen the film, so I'm so guilty of not...
Basta maganda siya.
Okay, I'll definitely pick Joel's brain some more. You're still here, 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 8.3, your new music alternative. We'll be playing some music.
Totoro, Totoro, Totoro. Dareka ga kossori komichi ni konomi utsumete 小さな目会えたら秘密の南郷森へのパスポート素敵な冒険始まる隣のトトロトトロトトロトトロ森の中に昔から住んでる隣のトトロトトロトトロトトロ子供の時にだけあなたに訪れる不思議な出会いバス停ずぶ濡れお化けがいたらあなたの雨傘さしてあげましょう森へのパスポート魔法の扉開きます隣のトトロトトロトトロ月夜の晩にオカリナ吹いてる隣のトトロトトロトトロトトロもしも会えたなら素敵な幸せがあなたに来るわトトロトトロトトロトトロ森の中に昔から住んでるトトロトトロ に訪れる不思議な出会い
The city's new music authority, Jam 88.3.
was Sekai no Yakusoko. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm really sorry, guys. A metal cover by Living Corpse and Yoko Hallelujah for Howl's Moving Castle 2004. And prior to that, I played Tonari no Totoro, a rock cover by Gratoo. A rock cover by Gratoo for the movie, of course, My Neighbor Totoro. Joel's favorite, which was made in 19...
Totoro. Pero nalungkot ako because...
Yeah, we will get there. Let me just finish my spiel. Welcome back to 60 Minutes of Pop Fiction on Jam 8.3, your new music alternative. It's 1:12 on the clock, 1:12 a.m., p.m., I don't know. Wherever you are, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the globe. And of course, you're still here with me, Marty, Tengco, and...
Joel.
And we're still talking about all the films. Not really all. We're trying, but at least the films created by Studio Ghibli. Yeah,
Ghibli.
There. Right. So the reason why I was like making all these, doing this hand gestures and all that was because apparently we did get the theory. Now it's so sad, guys. I don't even know where to start. So apparently, Okay, Carlo Niquinto said, Sayama incident, snatch and killing a child, took place on May 1963. Totoro's protagonist named Satsuki and Mei represent the date of the crime. Satsuki means May. The settings of the film take place in Tokorozawa City, which is next to Sayama City. My Neighbor Totoro, the kanji character in the bus sign says pathway to the graveyard. Okay, I did try check on that, and it really is. You can find
There
that
is
incident, the Sayama incident. I am not sure. Okay, Carlo, you really boggled my mind. It made me sad. I was just telling Joel, it's really sad. But I really hope, though, because apparently the case was unsolved.
Yeah,
And they,
of course,
it was a blame. They blamed someone. So it has something to do with social classes, and then someone on the lower social class was blamed. The blame was placed on him. He was given false information, forced to take
Right.
the blame, and at the same time he was almost, I think, supposed to be on death penalty or something. I'm not sure if I got the information correct, but then they placed him on instead of life imprisonment on shorter term, and then paroled him. But still, it has something to do with abuse of
Right.
the lower, just because he's on the lower class. Well, I really am sad, but I
Well,
hope
the
it's not.
basis, yes, is it's really gonna make us sad.
Yeah, but
Real sad.
so, but please, guys,
At
please
least
note
the
that the
story
film
isn't-
is not. The film is
Yes.
lighthearted, but if that is the case, and it's quite unfortunate though, but it just shows how a filmmaker is able to subtly inform us that something didn't go right in this time, and he used My Neighbor Totoro. Let's just assume that's the case. Then he used My Neighbor Totoro to tell us, hey guys, by the way, this film is something, and it's maybe his, I don't know, homage to the kids. Because the elder sister, I think, was murdered. The younger
Carlos
sister
is
committed
all blame
suicide.
Miyazaki. Yeah, it's his fault.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a lot of filmmakers have ways of trying to show their to sell the message. Like if they are against, let's say, communism, fascism, and they can abuse. If they're against environmental abuse and whatnot, they show it in their films. Their writers show it in their works, right? And so on and so forth. So this is his medium, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
just wanted to mirror that in a very, very, very subtly, like you said.
Yeah, and it's light. You wouldn't even notice until I read Carlo Naquinto's message. Okay, let us try to go. Let me look at the other. Okay, Leon Nilo, once a poison expired, will it still kill?
I didn't get the.
Yeah, what's the reference? I'm sorry, I got confused. Leon,
Where is
please
it
tell us
again?
Let us know where's this coming from. Keithador, on the lighter side, Totoro and the Yamadas are the most lighthearted Ghibli shows. Well, if you look at it on face value, yes, it is very lighthearted for me, at least. What do you think, Joel?
Yep.
Very.
Siguro Ponyo, also very lighthearted. Although, because merong heavy environmental concerns. For the fantasy types, yes. For kids kind of Ghibli films, yes.
Yes.
Those are the lighthearted ones.
Okay, Napoleon Gankaiko. Of all Ghibli films, okay, so let me just clarify. Nausicaa is not Ghibli. So that's again, it's
Yep.
outside Ghibli.
It isn't.
Yep, it's not. It's by, let me look for that, Topcraft. Nausicaa gives me goosebumps since it is a post-apocalyptic movie, always thinking what if bugs really take over the world, just like AI taking over the world in the Matrix. Okay,
tama.
yeah. Guys, we've been talking about, I did Matrix episode, and yeah, it's creepy how it's still relatable. You have films like Miyazaki that one way or another presents a lot of issues that we're going through even then up to now. We have, I don't know, there's Black Mirror, there's there's so much medium shown everywhere for us to be aware. So I guess
Right.
we should be like doing something, maybe be making conscious effort so that we won't be sucked into the void of nothingness, I suppose. I don't
To
know.
the Twilight Zone.
Then we go back there to the oldest, which is Twilight Zone. Okay, Keithador. Nausicaa is heart-wrenching. This is out of the scope of the topic, but anyone who loves Nausicaa must read the manga wherein you will see the utmost love and care that Miyazaki put into the entire thing. Valley of the Wind should be a must-read for everyone. It's set the blueprint for almost all Miyazaki characters that came later. Okay, so for those who would like to read through that,
Check out the manga.
check out the manga. Well, speaking of a writer, Joel, you're a writer yourself. What do you think about Miyazaki's way of storytelling or narrating?
Again, if we are to go by what Carlo is saying here about this theory, well, apparently not really a theory, then he has a way to include those very tragic things in his writing. So that is a given conceit on the part of the writer, or for Miyazaki. But since we already mentioned it in passing earlier, the fantastic elements always blend with the real. So I guess this is a good example of an anime that is, well, like the Transformers, more than meets the eye. I know that's a bit corny and tita joke. But
I don't not even laughing until you mentioned it.
Na-cornyan ako when I said it. In any case, yun nga, always there's something more complex than, apparently, than the simple narrative, the one direction.
Right.
Maybe we can even argue that a lot of Game of Thrones, a lot of Ghibli
I know you're
movies
feeling
are so much better than that pathetic season 8 of GOT.
Oh, come on. Did you even read the book?
I did not read
That's
the book,
why.
but I have seen everything from the day one of when it came out.
They said in the book it just makes sense.
Oh,
But apparently, newsflash, George R. Martin will finish the book
he
finally.
won't. I don't
And
think-
it will deviate from the series.
Sorry na iba na kami ng topic. Hindi na matiis talaga.
Yeah,
when we
because
get to the
Joel
last
is, I
season.
think, pining for season's 8 demise, I suppose. The tragedy of season 8 of Game of Thrones.
But
But
everybody, I guess a lot of people hated it. I do. To be fair, guys, I loved the last episode. I don't agree with many of those who just hated it. I hated episode 3, of course, but of the last season.
okay.
Anyway, back to regular
Back to
programming,
regular
literally.
Literally good.
Uh,
All right.
my top 10.
Okay, let's
Alam.
go for your top 10.
Alam nyo na, guys, kung ano yung number 1 ko.
Obviously.
The dark.
The
dark.
Let's not go to the dark and let's just
My
enjoy
Neighbor
the
Totoro,
film.
number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, Ocean Waves. It's not directed by Miyazaki. It was made into a TV. Let's add some little trivia about
Yes,
these
please.
things. It was initially written for television, yung Ocean Waves. It is a romantic or romance story. Ang ganda-ganda lang, guys. Kailangan mapanood nyo yan. My third will be Grave of the Fireflies. We all know the references of this particular movie or anime. My fourth will be Whisper of the Heart.
Oh.
Now, a trivia that's very important here when you discuss Whisper of the Heart, it is that it meta references another Ghibli. It's the other way around. Hold on. Let me just verify in my head quickly. Yes, Whisper of the Heart references another Ghibli anime called The Cat Returns because some characters are gonna be present in those.
You know,
two.
it creeped me out that moment. You look like an AI there. Like, let me just go through my files. Let me do quick search. Okay, found it. File
Yun.
located.
The
Okay.
Whisper of the Heart is my fourth.
Okay.
And then, pwede siguro, Whisper of the Heart tied with Cat Returns. And then my fifth would be Porco Rosso. Only because it's so new to see an Italian former war pilot who's a pig. So it's awesome, man. You should see Porco Rosso. Again, this shows also Miyazaki's fascination with Europe, particularly Italy.
Right, yes.
And again, the naming Studio Ghibli is from the Italian word.
Right.
And then Howl's Moving Castle.
Of course. Yes.
Princess Mononoke.
Yes.
Only yesterday, only because I am a sucker for the romantic.
Right.
I'm corny that way. Ghibli.
No, you're not. You're not corny. You keep saying corny.
Ghibli series or films. And then Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah.
Iba kasi, if I mention it, the only thing that I won't mention are the ones I haven't seen yet. So, never mind. Let's stick with that.
Okay. Speaking of Kiki's Delivery Service, why did you like it? Because apparently,
Woman
Wayne,
empowerment.
Wayne, who is, of course, from the intern show, guys, which is 9 to 12, actually made a comment when I posted it, and he said that It is. He thinks that Kiki's delivery service doesn't really get brought up in discussions because about Ghibli, and it's not the most impactful or moving film, but it's my favorite at least for being fun and light-hearted. That's according to Wayne
That's
of
true.
the Intern Show.
Saka maganda yung women empowerment eh. May commentary. There's a commentary in Kiki's Delivery Service about women in Japan.
Right.
And in the end, she was able to do what she wants.
Right.
Kasi, may nabasa ako something about this. Is it about subservience versus the empowered woman? The film was commenting on that need for the younger generation of
Right.
women in Japan. So in the end, Kiki just... I don't want to spoil it, guys, but in the end...
Oh my goodness, it's
they are independent. Kiki decides to not go home.
But, okay, let me just give you a little bit of gist. Kiki is a witch, or a witch in training.
Yes.
Right? He's a witch. She's a witch in training. And then they have this thing wherein for you to be qualified or something, you have to go through some, like, apprenticeship or
Apprenticeship,
something.
yes.
Like, and to go out in the world and find themselves. That's what she exactly does. And she's 13 and sees the world. She's with her cat, Gigi. I think that's the name of the cat.
I forget the name of the cat.
Yeah, but
parang
she has
ganun
a
nga. Let me
black
check.
cat that she talks to, and this particular cat gives her advice, and that they have adventures together until something happened, and then she loses her, and she can fly with a broomstick.
Gigi nga. Gigi.
Gigi, and she can fly with a broomstick. She's not any special witch really. She just can fly with her broomstick, and so that's the reason why she wanted to, from that particular ability, to do something out of it, maybe earn from it or be successful from being able to fly. And that's when and there's really no particular struggle here, no big problems. It's not like others like Grave of the Fireflies or Princess Mononoke, not that. But there's something about it it may be small, but it's an internal battle thing. It's when things go wrong, I think. What do you think? Do you agree that it's when it's like a mental thing, right?
Sorry, I haven't seen the last time I've seen it. I had seen Kiki's was early 2000s pa yata. So kalimutan ko
Ang
na yung
tagal na
plot.
kasi, right?
My bad. I
But-
should have watched it again
That's
for your
okay.
show.
But with Kiki's delivery service, I think I like the idea that when she was about to go down and feel all sad and weepy and feel like she's useless, her mentor suddenly pops in and says, "You know what? No, don't be." That's the reason why you have to believe in yourself. I'm not giving you this full story, but basically to believe in yourself. And that's when she suddenly, oh yeah, right, sure, and then suddenly gets renew her purpose in life. And that's why when she writes home, she says she and her cat are fine.
Yeah. Ano ulit yung scene doon? Parang, di ba parang hindi siya makalipad or something?
Yes, that's right.
Bakit siya nakalipad ulit? I forget.
Because of that, something happened with her friend, this particular boy that she met.
Oo nga. Yeah. Alala
Yeah.
ko na.
Yeah.
Kasi important little detail yun, yung change of character.
And this particular boy is just actually annoying for her in the first place, in the beginning, and then they become friends and all that. So, I think that's a subtle way of not introducing, but maybe tackling a bit about mental health, a bit for me, in a way, because it's not that she's not allowed to mope. She did, was mourn, like, what's happening to me? I'm not anymore of any help, or I don't have anything special to do. I'm useless. But then she suddenly has a purpose. So I guess it's, that's another way of looking at it, for me, at least for Kiki's delivery service. Okay, so you already said your top 10, right?
Sorry, siningit ko na agad. Di ko matiis eh.
Okay.
Wala na lang masyadong trivia eh.
It's okay. Okay. Napoleon Gankai ko, oh sorry, Nausicaa is not Ghibli. Yep, definitely not. But it's the,
It's
the
impetus,
roots.
kumbaga.
One of the roots of Ghibli's creation is
And
Nausicaa.
success.
Yes. Carlo Niquinto, anyone here na na-appreciate ang art background ng mga Ghibli films, kahit old style, powerful pa rin?
Sobra.
Yeah.
You can really see how it influences even modern anime. Especially
Yes.
because initially, Miyazaki was again CGI eh.
Right,
Ayaw
yes.
niya talaga nun. But then later on, he succumbed.
To the dark force of CGI.
Dark force of CGI.
No, I'm just kidding. But I think there's something about it that even if it's anime, he has a distinct anime.
And it's, I think this, if you watch all those more realist Ghibli films, you would notice it's the lighting.
Yeah.
Ang ganda nung ilaw lagi. Parang na-capture niya yung very Asian, very
Right.
Japanese kind of sunlight.
Right.
I don't know. Parang amorsol ang tingin ko dun sa mga anime.
Right, yeah,
Even
yeah,
sa
yeah.
My Neighbor Totoro, ang ganda ng
Yes,
ilaw.
yes.
Ang ganda ng sunlight. Maybe somebody can comment on that, but I think
Yeah.
that's true for a lot of Ghibli
And when it's dark,
movies.
the darkness is not so dark.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dark, but
Pwede rin yan, ano?
no?
Oo nga, parang ang ganun nga.
Like, it's sad, it's heavy, it's a very distraught situation, but it's not that heavy. It's not.
Parang it's a bit comical too, even if it's very dark. For some reason.
It's not like Claymore. Have you seen Claymore?
No, I haven't seen
That
it.
is really tragic, like dark. Period. With Ghibli films, it's
ano
not
siya,
so.
anong Claymore?
It's
Yung weapon yun yung Claymore, yung tsaka ginagamit namin sa Diablo 3 ni Jay. Ano?
guys, if you check Claymore, it's this TV series about a series of women who are assassins. I think. If I don't
Kaya
remember.
pala Claymore.
This was ages ago. I haven't seen the TV series in forever. I stopped because I was so traumatized. Yeah. So, yeah, that's another. But you could, if you're into dark fantasy anime, then you could check Claymore. It's a manga, I think, originally, and then it was into TV series. Yep. So if you'd like dark, you could check it out. It's an interesting plot. Yeah. But I
Talk
had to
about
stop.
new anime lang in passing lang.
Oh, sige.
Recommend lang ako.
Go for it.
I know a lot of you out there are watching have been watching the past winter season anime, which are still ongoing, a few of them up to now. And there are new spring season anime that just
Okay.
came out. But I'm just gonna say that the Rising of the Shield Hero deserves to be still number one. Of course, One Punch Man, just season 2 just came out, so it's now the top anime according to many. But what you should not take for granted is Kimetsu no Yaiba, or tawag nga Kimetsu no Yauba, kasi mga bayaw yung Demon Slayer po na series ng Ufotable. Sobrang ganda. Maraming CGI, but again,
It
One
works.
Punch Man, of course, season 2.
Yes.
Rising of the Shield Hero, of course, Dororo. And
Dororo, guys,
Dororo.
not Totoro.
Kailangan.
That's
My
different.
neighbor Dororo. Labo. And of course, yes, Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer.
All right,
Watch
so you have other anime TV series that you could check out. All right. Of what Ghibli film best describes you?
What Ghibli film that describes me?
Hindi favorite ha, best describes you.
Teka, titingnan ko yung listahan ko.
My gosh, cheat
best
sheet.
describes
Ano ka para si
me.
Kooky kailangan ng cheat sheet?
Hindi, tinitingnan ko lang yung titles ng film. Tapos iniisip ko, really, which one? I haven't thought of that. Wow.
Like it best describes
I want
you.
to be Baron from Cat Returns because he's so cool.
Right.
The cat who's a Baron in The Cat Returns. But I think I am more
The film
of
in
Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. Si tambay lang ako eh. I don't know.
Do you think Howl's Moving Castle describes you?
I think so, yes.
Howl's
If it
Moving-
were the film itself.
Yeah,
is
the
that
whole
what you-
film.
Yes. I like that. Free roaming, very poetic.
Right. Yes! The poet in the house is
Wow.
here. Wow.
Totoo eh, no?
But do you also agree with the dilemma? That's as a person, you're a very like the struggle is like
It's real. Struggle is real.
That is so
What is it?
cliche.
What's the struggle?
No, the problems are like first the girl was suddenly turned old, right?
Oh,
And
wow
then
naman. Tumanda.
right.
What sinasabi?
I didn't even say anything. I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying right. The wasted witch. Did I say it right? Yeah, something like that.
I forget her name. What's her name again?
Yeah, I forgot.
It describes me, yes, because of the feel, not really the
Oh, okay,
narrative.
the feel.
The feel of it seems carefree. You're in a house that's moving, so
Right.
it definitely has that carefree feeling. And the way Howl would just walk around the
Right.
rooftops and just make this girl totally fall for him.
Right. But so are you the type that you don't solve your problems too, or you're even if you're carefree, you still
A younger version of me, maybe, but now I am so OC that actually, just to prepare for the show, I told my boss I will not work today and actually finished my grade 4 days earlier.
I
See?
feel so touched.
I
Thank you
love
so
these
much.
guys.
Thank
Shout
you.
out Kooky rin.
Thank you so much. Okay, I actually have
Yun,
so-
Goblin Slayer, tama. the best din yun.
Alright.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay. Someone from, I think you know this guy, Jay Staris. He messaged, he messaged and said, pakisabi kay Joel Toledo, isoli na yung Ovaltinis t-shirt at Alcobra ko.
Wasak. Bayaw yan si Jay. Shout out. Ay, hindi rin pala ako narinig dahil tinext.
Yeah, but yeah, hi Jay.
Hello,
Alright.
Jay.
Okay. What Ghibli film can you watch on repeat? Like, all the time?
Neighbor Totoro, House, because komplikado eh. And a lot of people happen. Maybe not even my Neighbor Totoro. Maybe more Howls, Moving Castle, because
okay.
it moves back and forth. Hold on, not just that. Ocean Waves, because I really love the way the characters were developed. Cat Returns, because of the action.
Yes.
Tales from Earthsea, because again, I love the dragons of Ursula Le Guin. I love the world of Earthsea.
Right.
There.
All right. Let me just read some more comments here. Carlo Niquinto, yung clouds ng mga Ghibli films nakaka-relax.
Ayun,
Yes,
tama.
Definitely. Napoleon Gankaiko, I love the art behind Spirited Away. Okay, yep. Napoleon Gankaiko, Goblin Slayer, haha.
Favorite ko rin yan, kaso wala pa yung season 2 eh.
Okay. Richard Legrama. Nice topic. I like Princess Mononoke. It talks about how industrialization destroys the environment. Yep, definitely. I agree with you. All right. Okay, for your opinion, what makes, and I know you've said it, but in summary, what makes Studio Ghibli an amazing animation studio?
Well, sige, try natin i-itemize.
Okay.
Non-compromising concept of artwork. It's not as though it has to be CGI. Sometimes it's very minimal, as parang sa My Neighbor Yamada, sa Tale of Princess Kaguya. And at the same time, the animation is clear. The kind of look that they want for their characters, the big ones, of course, from Spirited Away to Totoro to Cat Returns, House. It's almost the same look.
Right.
Two, they're not afraid to not just champion a very Japanese sensibility, because obviously Miyazaki loves Italy to death, to a point that you name your actual studio after a wind
that's true.
that blowing in Italy, in Europe.
Right.
So you can see particular series, or I keep saying series, but movies like Porco Rosso.
Because they look like a series,
yes.
right? Like it's like intended that
Kabit-kabit
it's
na siya for me. Or yun nga, Porco Rosso set in Italy.
Right.
House Moving Castle, very European yung mga, the way the houses and the landscapes look like.
Right.
Yan, ganun. What else makes it a top studio? Because there is no comparison, guys. Can't imagine Makoto Shinkai, for example, making his own studio, or Ufotable making their own CGI-based animation that has touched the Japanese people, the way the studio has changed the way Japan looks at anime. Ganto na lang, isang trivia, but it's not really a trivia because you can find it posted in any Studio Ghibli website or devoted sites, that 6 out of the top 10 animes in Japan are Ghibli anime.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
not the number 1 though now, hindi na Spirited Away, Your Name nga. Kasi yun ang uso nila, medyo cute na. I love the guy too, but of course that's not our topic. So, it's still Studio Ghibli that will dominate, and I can't imagine, maybe until Miyazaki again retires, but let's just be hopeful that the coming film, yung How Do We Live, will be a good one. To maybe tagal na rin kasi since when Marnie was here, was there.
14.
So, kailangan na talaga ng bagong, mas maganda na film ng Studio Ghibli. I'm really hoping we won't be disappointed.
Yep, definitely. Okay, last few comments. Napoleon Gankaiko, I love the wars in Prince Mononoke. My kind of people charge and die. Okay.
Talagang dami pa ng Mononoke dito, no?
Yeah. Richard Legrama, what are your thoughts on Lupin Castle Caligostro? I think it's Miyazaki
I
work
love
before
that
Ghibli.
kasi ando si Lupin. Napanood ko rin to eh. For some reason, Richard, yung nabili ko sa Green Hills ng collection, kasama yung Lupin na yan doon. I liked it. I didn't imagine na konektado sa Ghibli, but inassume ko na lang, siyempre, when I watched it that time. I'm not so sure though if it relates really to the Ghibli tradition.
Yeah.
Because it's a fantasy thing. I think they went to spy on a castle and
Right.
do detective work.
Yep.
But
You just assumed it is.
yeah, I just assumed that back then that it was part of the Ghibli collection. I was very young then.
And you loved it.
I loved it because I like Lupin. Yeah, natuwa lang ako.
So you guys can
kasama
check
pala
it
siya.
out.
Check it out, guys.
All right. Joel, anything you'd like to promote? Your works, guys. By the way, he's a poet and a writer and author, so.
Firstly, meron po kaming little Facebook show called The Tambayaw Show. Yeah, it's on Fridays at 6 p.m.
Just check the Facebook.
30-minute show lang ng kabulastugan, usapang bayaw, pagtatambay, at kung anong mga trip ng mga magbabayaw sa Pilipinas. Pero para po sa inyo lahat yung mga bayaw at hipag. Kalawa, nagpapa-shoutout yung mga kasama ko po nagdi-DND. Pangalanan ko lang sila, si
Yes.
N, yung dalawang Carl, si Carl Orit, saka si Carl Santos.
Yes.
Si Ken Ishikawa, who's leaving for Japan for a
Okay.
grant.
Wow.
A writing grant, for a 6-month writing grant. So,
Wow.
congrats, Ken.
Congratulations.
Si Ernie, si Keith, makalimutan ako. Teka, Ernie, si Keith, sino ba? Hindi ko nababanggit pa. I think I've covered everybody. Kung hindi ko nakalimutan dahil
Well, guys, sorry.
madaling araw na.
Yeah.
And I don't really have any book coming out soon, but I'm working on a collection, on my 6th collection of books.
Where can they find your books?
UP Press. There is a UP Press store at the UP Town Center now. So maybe po yung first, my second book and my last book, most recent book, available at the UP Press bookstore in the UP Town Center. The other is in UST. And again, one is in Anvil. Napansin nyo, hindi ko po nire-recommend National or Powerbox. Hindi naman po basta-basta nabibenta yung tula sa mga... Kung unless silang liyab ka yun, sige.
What?
Nabibenta ka doon. Saka si Michael Pudot ba yun?
Fudjet, Joel!
Ayun ba yun?
Fudjet! Anyway, guys,
Sorry.
and by the way, guys, if you've heard his voice, yep, he's part of Because Filipinos on Jam 8.3
Ayun nga pala.
album Volume 1, because we're now in the process of doing Volume
Yay.
2, that you can find on Spotify, iTunes, and Deezer, and the title of his poem is, oh my gosh, Blank of Piety. What's that? The Blank of Piety. What's the title of your
The Refusal of
The
Piety.
Refusal of Piety. That's by Joel M. Toledo. So check out. And by the way, you should have iTunes already or Spotify or Deezer. You could just check out the album again. Because Filipinos on Jam 8.3, the album Volume 1. Check it out.
Bakit tayo malis, comment lang kay Napoleon. I agree, dude. Mas gusto ko rin ang 5 centimeters per second than your name. Hindi na to Ghibli so okay lang.
That's fine. Again, guys, if you'd like to know more about Joel's whatsoever anime fandoms or whatnot, you can message him in the Tambayaw Show Facebook page. You could find him there.
Panoorin nyo lang po kami.
Yep.
Just look for the page.
Yeah.
The Tambayaw Show with a D-A. D-A,
Tambayaw.
space Tambayaw,
and show.
space show.
And
Thank
you could message him there and pester him with all anime. He will definitely answer. He'll respond to your messages or anybody
Pati nga
there.
mga pambatang, yung mga batang malili, mga moe, pinapanood ko rin.
Guys, thank you so much, Joel. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I hope you had
Yay.
fun. I hope you guys
did
had
have
fun. How about you guys? Anyone you'd like to greet?
Batiin mo na, ayan na.
I'd like to greet my office mates back here in Ortigas, my family,
You know.
and my girlfriend. I love you, Claire.
Yeah.
All right. How about...
Jose, batiin mo na yung girlfriend mo. Bati lang for the thank you for letting us greet.
Thank you for welcoming us here in the studio and letting us relax on the yellow-green couch.
Yun, no?
Thank you, guys.
Lalambing ng boses, ano?
Oh, nga eh. Thank you, guys, for being here. Thank you for
Thank you again.
being our soldiers here in front. Our
Our
sentinels here in front of, while me and Joel talk about Ghibli. Thank you guys for all the comments, everyone who has messaged on the
Salamat
text
po
line
sa
or the
nanonood,
Facebook comments.
nakinig.
Thank you so much. If we've missed some, we're sorry, but yeah, thank you so much. And Thank you, everybody who's been listening all over the world, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon. Thank you so much. Again, guys, 60 minutes of pop fiction is every Wednesdays, midnight to so-and-so. One something something. Look at the time, 1:43 in the clock. And we talk about, we talk about fandoms and geek stuff. If you would like me to talk about topics that you're very excited or you're so into the fandom, please message Miss Kooky Tuason because she's the one who created my show. Message her so that she could line it in the long laundry list of fandoms that she's scheduling because there's just so many fandoms in the whole wide universe.
Yep.
And of course, if you would like or if you're into spoken word, the poetry, the word, anything to do with amazing beauty of creating art with the word, listen to Big Gospel Penis on Jam 8.3 every Tuesdays midnight to 2 a.m. hosted by Miss Kooky Tuason. She always has a lot of she has an amazing playlist, so check out the should I say the number one spoken word show? Well, it was the first spoken word show in Manila. Remember, guys, your history, it started in 2007. How old were you? No, don't answer.
Nag-guess pa nga kami dun dati. A younger version of me.
Well, I saw the younger version. Doesn't look like you now.
Nakakatipaklong.
So, guys, tune into Because every Tuesdays midnight. And of course, our topic next week is I can't sing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What's up?
Next week. So
Dating ba si Shredder?
Turtle Power. I can't sing, but that's all I remember. That's from the cartoons in the 90s. So, but let me know who's your favorite turtle. I don't know if that's correct. It doesn't sound right. But who's your favorite character? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're for the antagonist. I don't know. Maybe you like Shredder. Maybe you like their teacher. Oh my goodness, what's the name of their teacher? Their master. I forgot the name of their master. Yeah, but yeah, let me know who's your favorite character in the fandom of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Did I just slur there? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry. I couldn't even.
Na rin siguro.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to concentrate. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll be leaving you with a song. Okay, and now there's another a total tongue twister. Yasashisa Tsutsumareta Nara, a metal cover by Destrage for Kiki's Delivery Service 1989. For those who'd like to know all the tracks I've played, again, just look for my page, Marty Tengco. I place all the tracks I play per episode. Just look for the specific episode. All the tracks are there. Look for me on Instagram, marty.tenko, Facebook, and Twitter. Alright, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye!
Bye-bye.
60 minutes of pop fiction. Venture into a world of fantasy, animation, gaming, mythical language, graphic novels, robotics, and sci-fi. Tune in to 60 minutes of pop fiction with Marty Tengco. Wednesdays at midnight on your new music alternative. Jam 88.3. Your weeknight dose of spoken word on primetime radio. Because Pilipinas.
As life creates beats